engaging, but nice spacing here by Stalife, splitting up those tanks so that they don't all fire at once, so they can fire on one when it gets engaged. And he is putting some pressure on this expansion, but a lot of damage done to Stalife's expansion here, down to only 17 SCVs working, none of them on gas. This expansion is back up finally, and some Hellions moving in to support those tanks. Those tanks just uncountered. Here comes the roach drop finally on top of siege tanks. A little bit late though, he needs to attack the front as well as at the same time as the drop, or it's going to be a complete waste. There they go just in time, but these ones a little bit slow on the engagement. There they come. This fight will determine who wins this battle. I suspect this rear echelon of tanks is going to go down, but a lot of Hellions in the back to support, and it looks like Stalife is going to endure this push and going to be able to finish off this expansion. The Queen is going to go down, doesn't quite finish off that second siege tank. 2 siege tanks barely alive. Timing could have been better, but those Hellions now moving in the front door. Tons of Hellions and nothing to stop them. Oh, it looks like all of Looky's drones probably going to go down in this engagement. It's just not enough to kill that many Hellions. They are going to finish off this Queen. And those roaches just not going to be fast enough to stop these Hellions from toasting so many of Looky's drones. He is down to only 21. This update in a few seconds. It can't be 23. It's got to be less than that. Meanwhile, Stalife continue to rally forces forward. And Looky dropping a roach right on top of this tank. Gets both with one roach. Very nice play there. But that Hellion harass was just so potent. So many drones are dead there. And very few, none alive out of this expansion. Meanwhile, Stalife is doing very nicely at his expansion. His main is being rebuilt, though it is close to mined out. Continuing to rally siege tanks and Hellions to the front. And what looked like Looky had the game there for a second, Stalife is back in it. That Hellion harass was just so potent. The battle here did not go well for Looky. Once again, 3 Hellions moving in, not enough roaches to block it. And there's nothing here, no roaches, no queens, no spine crawlers. The last of Looky's force is going to go down, but he is dropping some more roaches in on his opponent's base. Probably going to do a base trade here, but unfortunately just losing so much to these Hellions. Able to get several SCVs killed, but it looks like he's reloaded them into their overlords, waiting for I don't know what. Maybe for these roaches to get around the back and get into his opponent's main. This is equally undefended as was Looky's, but unfortunately only 3 workers left here for Looky. His base is just completely burned to a crisp, and 1 roach will defend all the buildings from that Hellion. And only 3 roaches in this one overlord. These roaches are going to get inside, but 13 over 3 is just such a dramatic difference. Looks like Looky actually has no resources and only 1 drone somewhere. I don't know where that drone is. There it is, hiding, but that is his only income. He needs to mine because there are no more units coming after this. And those roaches are dropped. The siege tanks are going to clean up, and that looks like lights out for Looky here. Unfortunately, you need harvesters to make any units, and he has none. Only 8 harvesters, however, for Stalife, but 8 is enough to build more. And these Hellions going to slowly toast whatever they can find. There's really nothing to find. There's 1 roach. And they're just looking for SCV or for drones. Any drone will do, and they find there is none. So Stalife must now feel the satisfaction of knowing that his opponent is dead. Looky, however, does have these 5 roaches, able to kill some supply depots, but that really doesn't matter. Trapped Hellion in here will be able to fire unmolested temporarily. But here come those siege tanks, going to be able to finish off these last roaches. The last, pretty much all Looky has left. However, another command, or I guess the command center now floating to the gold. Going to be able to deploy mules. Doesn't matter if he's out of money, he can always deploy mules. And they are really potent on these gold minerals. And the last of these roaches going to try to engage these tanks, but unfortunately just not going to be enough for Looky. Still has only that 1 drone. The Hellions did not find it, though they were right there a moment ago. And looks like Looky is just going to try and hold on as best he can. Probably thinks his opponent has fewer drones than he does, but that is just not the case. Though it is Stalife is pretty close to being in trouble. These roaches could be successful in causing some damage. If they take out this command center, it would be pretty bad. I don't know why he ran away there. But the roaches do pull out, going to try and harass these factories while they are weak. Probably had these overlords saw the forces coming. But all Stalife has to do, he can just abandon everything. If he just holds here and fortifies, reaps that gold advantage, he can just produce Hellions and win the game. These roaches now harassing once again. Going to probably take on this factory if they're unharassed. But Hellions can just range abuse these roaches, and they will eventually win. Looky now down to 4 roaches. That is his entire army. I take it back. There are 8 roaches. Where are the hidden roaches? Somewhere there are another 4 roaches. I don't see them, however. I must have been missing those all game. They're probably hidden in Overlords somewhere. Well, wherever there are 4 more roaches somewhere. These 4 are doing their best to harass against these Hellions. If only they could burrow, they might be able to regenerate from this vicious Hellion harass. Able to catch one Hellion. Nice play there. They are regenerating very quickly. This one almost dead. Only 8 hit points. That Hellion is going to get him one more shot. There it goes. That roach is now gone. Only 6 roaches. Although I don't know what the other ones are. There they are. I've been missing these the whole time, so there is more action going on somewhere. So Looky doing a very, very nice job with those few roaches he has. I'm surprised Stalife just hasn't rolled him yet. I guess he is just so low on resources that he's doing his best to defend. I don't know why he just didn't, lift these off and just make one defendable position. But he is going to catch those roaches with this tank, and I believe that is it for Looky. He is down to only those 3 roaches. There they are. They've been dropped in Overlords, still harassing those SCVs. That's probably how he's been staying in this game for so long. It's just harassing SCVs with that Overlord. But literally, this is his entire game right now. He has 1 Overlord with 3 roaches. This factory floating around, just looking for hidden expansion. Stalife doesn't know what, if anything, his opponent has. This 10 hit point Hellion now is going to take out an extractor all by himself. And yes, there it is. He recognizes that Looky cannot win this game. And there is the GG. So we have our match. Looky is defeated. Stalife takes the series. He will be moving on to the round of 32 in this Global Gamers Invitational. So once again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Keep checking out IC Cup TV and follow this tournament on TeamLiquid.net. And until next time, have a good one.